This is an extreme threat level unit, so a more comprehensive lesson with all of its weapons will be provided here. Model SLM-M349T, also known as MAKALU, is a colossal typeless striker developed by Salem Electric as a part of the Thoracic Federation. It is often seen in large-scale conflicts, turning enemy forces into fireworks. This unit is one that many herald as the manifestation of Doom itself. It is 53.3 meters tall, weighs 1,302.7 tons gross and 1,087.2 tons tear. For comparison, the heaviest break striker is Tricera at only 53.2 tons. MAKALU is over 20 times that. It has 5 tools to turn the battlefield into a scrapyard. The Dominator beam cannon is MAKALU's primary weapon. It is a monster born by the Federation for their colossal strikers. It has firepower equivalent to that of an airship's artillery, and can alternate between consistent beam fire and blast with enough power to melt through any enemies it's pointed at. It needs time to charge. If it is a short charge, it will do 3 shots. Charge, fire, charge, fire, charge, fire. But if it is a long charge, then it will be a consistent beam that you must avoid over time as it will move to track you. The Avenger Transformative Shield. It is a massive energy and physical with 3 shield emitters. This shield can split up its 3 shield emitters into parts to use as claws, enabling the beam output to become offensive rather than defensive. It can struggle to hit enemies too close to it due to being too high up for its other weapons to hit. So this weapon was created in an attempt to deter anyone who tries to capitalize on MAKALU's shortcomings in close quarters. The only time the shield is down is during certain attacks, namely firing missiles. And don't go getting an ego and thinking you can parry it. It is 20 times heavier than you are. Your shields mean nothing. Though in the full game this has been changed and you now can parry it. Havoc Emitter, the MAKALU signature weapon. It is an array of beam emitters that will behave a bit like the Jingji split emitter, in that up to 2 beams will track each enemy caught in its range. These beams, countless in number, fire in all directions, scorching both the sky and the earth. Pilots describe it as an apocalyptic nightmare when in use, one that can shatter the morale of enemies in an instant as they see an entire chunk of their forces simply cut out of the battle in an instant. The only strategy around it is to keep your distance from MAKALU and wait for it to end. It comes from the shoulders and the center of the chest. The shoulders can be destroyed though, more on that later. The chest can be destroyed, but only as the final part of him to kill him. And obviously, while you can stand underneath it due to how high up the emitters are, this will trigger him to use his shield as a melee weapon. The Amit light missiles. The MAKALU stores them on the back in a different container type than the regular ones. These are highly necessary since the MAKALU is often deployed in battles for EIC resources where the Korite Hailstorm is likely to start. The MAKALU carries a high number of missiles in order to deal with how it is given the role of taking on a large number of enemy forces at once. The Sentry Defense Field Drone. The gorilla hands do in fact get thrown. The hands can detach and fly around on their own. Not only will these use beams to attack, but there will also be some smaller drones that will project a shield around MAKALU for a short period of time, keeping an eye on both hands to make sure you don't get hit from behind out of nowhere. When the shield first starts up, it is possible to be within the shield, making the MAKALU completely vulnerable to all attacks as it will not do any other attacks whilst the shield is up. There are a few things to note for this fight. For one, each part has a health bar, and when the bar is depleted, that part is destroyed, taking away one of its abilities. When the hands detach, they become vulnerable. Each hand has a separate health bar. You can lock on and destroy them, taking away the shield and drone attack. As it will no longer have the hands to attack, it will no longer bother putting up the shield drones. When the shield is destroyed, it becomes vulnerable. Upon destruction, MAKALU loses all of its shields and claws, meaning it loses all melee potential. Another target, though a much smaller one, are the shoulders, that have 2 of the 3 beam emitters. Destroying them comes after the shield since the shield blocks one of them from being targeted, so they both can't be hit until the shield is gone. Blast attacks are the best choice since they can hit multiple hitboxes at once, so if the shield is up you can damage that and the main body by hitting from the side or top, and then once the shield's down, if you aim for the main body you can hit all 3 beam emitters at the same time.